What's going on, boxing fans? Julian Williams here with The Distance. I'm here to talk about Pacquiao Mayweather, the fight, and why the fight needs to happen. As you can tell by the title of this video. Well, actually, I'll first start off by saying the Mosley-Mayweather fight I think it did much better than I thought it would. Actually, what was odd and what was interesting was I actually had people in class today come up to me and start talking to me about the fight. People I did that said they never watched boxing before, and they knew I watched it, because they knew I made videos on boxing, and they walked up to me and started talking to me about it, which is very interesting. I think that if a fight like Mosley and Mayweather brought so many people together to come watch, to watch the fight, then I think Mayweather-Pacquiao is going to bring a lot more fans to the table, because I know a lot of people who aren't necessarily fans of boxing, but they're fans of Manny Pacquiao. And I know people who aren't. I also know people who aren't fans of boxing as well, who are fans of Floyd Mayweather. And I knew people who didn't watch boxing at all, but they wanted to see Shane Mosley beat the shit out of Mayweather. And all this, pretty much hypes up and tells a story and has a good build-up for a really good fight and a really big event. Because a fight like this brings, one, all the boxing fans together, and two, it brings all kinds of cultures together, come together, and bring about a big fight like this. Because I think a fight like this would be a real spectacle to the sport of boxing and the story behind it. We have a big story behind it. The drug testing, the issue of who is number one, and then the opponents that both fighters have faced. Those are things that are going to stand out, and this is what's going to tell that story, and that's what's going to hype this fight up to be much bigger than possibly any other fight of all time. And that's just my opinion. I think that this fight has the potential to be the biggest fight in the history of boxing. I think so because of so many people involved. I think that a fight like this can bring boxing back to the forefront possibly, and I think it brings a lot of people to come. A lot of people from other nations and countries to come watch boxing, and I think that stuff like that will bring more fans to the sport, and especially if Mayweather-Mosley was able to bring new fans to the sport. I came across at least 5 people I didn't even normally talk to, but they knew I liked boxing. They knew I was always around boxing. I met 5 people today who actually walked up and talked to me and said they're going to start watching boxing now. And it was a one-sided fight. That's the interesting thing about it. But these people were so amazed by, I guess, the boxing ability of Floyd Mayweather Jr., mesmerized by it, that they just began to watch. And they said they were, I guess they said they were blown away, basically by his boxing ability and the way that he handled the fight and the constant build-up. And they said, and a lot of people were saying, they really wanted to see, how he would do after talking all that trash. If he was going to do what he said he was going to do, if he was going to back up his words. And then I have a few friends that are big fans of Manny Pacquiao that don't even watch boxing, but they watch Manny Pacquiao fights. And they said I had a few people say to me they can't wait till Pacquiao whoops Mayweather's ass or whatever. But like I said, this brings more excitement to the sport, because now this could possibly bring us new fans, another set of fans, and that's why it's a good thing. Pacquiao Mayweather needs to happen, hands down. It needs to happen. Mayweather just came off a victory over Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley was like the number 3 number 1. He was actually, in my book, I think he was number 1 welterweight. Mayweather was number 3. Mayweather defeated the number 1. So Pacquiao, I'm going to say Pacquiao's the number 1 welterweight in the world right now. and I think that this fight is going to bring together 1 and 2. And the winner of this fight comes out number 1. It's that simple. So we need this fight. It doesn't have to be for a title belt. It doesn't have to, people saying, hey, Pacquiao needs to take that test. People saying Floyd needs to, needs to stop playing mind games and all these little, political things and stuff need to end. But it seems to me that everybody wants this fight. Everybody wants this fight. People that didn't watch boxing at first said they want to see this fight. And if this is bringing non-fans to come watch the sport, then it's a good thing. So anyway, that's just my opinion on that. I do think the fight needs to happen. I just think that all the bullshit needs to be set to the side, and maybe this will set up, and I think that it is going to cause a lot of heated debate between the Mayweather and the Pacquiao fans. It's going to cause a lot of heated debate, and people are going to bring up, certain key issues of who Pacquiao faced, who Mayweather faced, and so forth and so on. And I think it's going to be a big argument leading up to it, the same way it was back in December. But overall, like I said, fight needs to happen, and the fight needs to happen maybe, sometime this year, fall this year, most likely. I'd love to see this fight happen. But and maybe this will settle the argument between the Mayweather and Pacquiao fans for once and for all. But who knows? But anyway, that was The Distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.